Hey guys, Friction Pin here. I decided to do something a little different this time. This is going to be a video about a French Cleat system for hanging your stack-on cabinets on the wall so that they can be movable, slidable, adjustable. They're not really permanently fixed in one location, so you can move them around as you need to for growth and just changes in different styles and whatnot, different sizes that you may need, and that way you don't have to completely dismount and move, so this is a little bit easier. So I decided to do this in Lego form, since everything I do on YouTube is in Lego form. But basically this base plate here is going to symbolize our wall. We'll set them up like that. This we're going to call our base cleat. This is going to be the cleat that actually you will fasten to your wall. This can be 3/4 inch plywood. It can be like a 1x3 board, poplar, or pine would even work. What we're going to put in them, at least for this purpose, is not going to have a whole lot of weight, but you can use this with any size of stack-on cabinet or pretty much any other size of cabinet with compartments. But so we take our 1x3 strip of whatever board you want it to be, or you can cut you off a 4-inch wide piece of plywood, and once you have that, you're going to take down the 3/4 inch edge and cut you a 45-degree angle. So you're basically just going to chop it right off. And what that's going to provide is a way for us to hang our cabinets. So once we've taken our 1x4 and we've got it the length we want, and it can be any length you want. You can have a whole long 8-foot section. You can have little 4-footers or 2-footers, and that really doesn't matter. But I personally use 6-foot sections, 6-7 foot, something about something in that line. That way I can have a lot of cabinets stacked side by side. And then we'll just pretend that we've mounted this to the studs in our wall, and we've got it attached. So looking at it from the side, it looks like this. So we've got it on our wall and ready to go. So this will symbolize one size of a stack-on case. It could be however many drawers. It could be a little 30-drawer cabinet. But we do the same thing. We take the same thing, a little 1x3 piece or a strip of plywood. You rip it down 45 degrees, but this time you're going to put it on the back of your stack-on cabinet. You're actually going to mount it to those little eyelets that it's got to screw it into the wall. And this time you're going to face it down with the 45-degree angle in, the opposite of how we did our wall piece here. So we're going to do that. Also, this one's going to represent a larger, like a 60 drawer or the 18 drawer, one of the larger ones. And again, you mount and cut your plywood or whatever you're using. I use poplar because that's what I can find here. Then you also take a piece of the poplar, at least on these longer cabinets I do, and you take the same width. You just don't cut the 45 degrees. So this is basically a 1x4 strip, and it could be half that size if you want to save on wood. This doesn't need to be much. All this really is going to do is help when the cabinet is sitting on the wall so it doesn't face in like that. It's going to keep it level. And we'll build one more real quick to symbolize another one of those cabinets with 60 drawers or 18 drawers. And we'll put our bottom piece on there with no 45-degree angle. Alright, so we've got our drawers and we've got our wall. So all we're going to do is take this mounted piece, and it just fits right on there. Hangs on your wall. And you can say, well, there's a 60 drawer and I want my other 60 drawer right next to it, and then my little tiny one here on the end. You think, no, wait. Now if we'd fastened these onto the wall, you have to get the screwdriver out, get the drill out, whatever you use. But on this, you just lift it off, slide, and they actually slide. You can slide that over, put that one right there. And let me zoom out a little bit, move the camera. it actually, you can see when it's standing up straight, they slide, and it works the same way in real life. And you have, you know, however many of these cleats on the wall, your base cleats, as you want. And that's why I was saying they can be as long as you want. You can have some here and, you know, 4 or 5, and then you can have some at a different level over here. But essentially that's all you need. And I have 4 rows of these, and they're 6 to 7 feet long. And then I use not just stack-ons, but any other kind of thing. I use everything with these French cleats, so that everything that I have, all my tools and everything, are in these. And I can move them around and resort them and position them wherever I want, or even take them down. Because even though this stuff is on here, you can still use it. Set it down, and you can have it just like you would sitting on a table or anything else. You don't ever have to take that off, and you can just put it back wherever you want, move it back, and that's it. So probably would have been better to do this in actual show you, but the wall that I actually had this on had to be removed for water damage, so I actually don't have it right now. So I thought in the interim I would just go ahead and do this video and show it to you this way, and then we'll redo it again when we get the actual wall rebuilt and I get everything back up on the wall, give you an actual look at what it looks like in real life. This is essentially what it is. It takes a little imagination, I know, but I think you get the gist of it if you've done any type of woodworking or home improvement. It's very easy to do. So just remember that when you're attaching these to the back, that you don't screw back in too far to screw into the drawers into your cabinet. And when you're screwing in, you know, from this side, you don't go too far through so that you've got a screw that's out there dragging or throwing things off. So just measure your stock, make sure you use the appropriate size screw for mounting these things, and whenever you mount your basically to the wall, make sure you get it in the studs. So anyway, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.